This is Scott at JE Reel. Today we're checking out a drive shaft for a school bus. This is an electric school bus, so they're having issues with vibrations, and more so than actually vibrations, they're having harmonic issues. And these drive shafts are brand new from are brand new shafts that are being coming to them, and they're having a harmonics right away. So we've done several of these, and so far they've all been in pretty bad shape. So when these electric buses, they're more sensitive. Since they're so quiet, the motor, you can't hear it. They're very sensitive to sound. So everybody can hear all the harmonics of the drive shaft because of there being no sound in the vehicle. Also today we're putting this drive shaft to balance it in one of our Axiline Shaft Masters. This machine allows us to be able to do just about everything we need to do with the drive shaft. It needs to be balanced, straightened. If we had to weld this, we could weld this in here. We don't have to do that today, but so this machine is great for just about everything. We can do all the way from giant U-joints to the SPL 170, all the way down to 1000 series, which is like PTO units and tiny little cars also. This particular drive shaft, all we have to do is check it for balance, check it for straightness. So like right now, you can see this thing is not in good shape. It's way out. The tolerance here is about 10. And you can see where it's 10, 20, 30, almost 40 thousandths. Yeah, about 40 thousandths out. So the dial indicator here is kind of showing us. I'm gonna try and zero this out as much as I can so we can get a good. So we're at 0 there. You can see it moves 10, 20, 30, about 35, 40 thousandths exactly. So it's going 40 thousandths, which the tolerance is about 10, which this shaft really needs to be cut apart and start over. So I'm not gonna do anything to this thing today. Yeah. So it's bad, I'll show you. I just wanted to make sure they didn't like balance it out, which sometimes you can kind of balance out stuff, but there's way too much. It was way too far out. So just as an example, I wouldn't try to balance this thing because it's so far out on these tolerances. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn this on and show you guys how far out this drive shaft really is. Even though this is brand new shaft, it's got balance weights on it and it's supposedly balanced, but it isn't straight. And I'm turning this on at I'm gonna take this to not a very high RPM, maybe about 1000 RPM. And you can see it kind of, well, the boot's not gonna matter, but you can see the dial indicators far out, it's moving. Those dials should actually not move that much. They should flutter very little. This side's even worse. Yeah, this side's actually worse. So I'm just gonna mark this so I can send it back, and usually what they'll do when they're this bad, they'll send me another one and we'll start over. This one's a little better. Still 10, 20, almost 30. That side's not too bad. See, there's about 15 or 15 thousandths, and at least they're in the same spot. So we're about 7. Even better than 7, maybe 5. Yeah, about 7. I gotta check the other side now. A little bit. It's got like some delaminations in the tube, I guess, but we're real close to 10. It's definitely better than the other ones. Let's see what this thing does in the machine now. Okay, so we've gotten our tolerances way down. So we took our tube down to under 10. We took our well joke to under 10 as well. We actually got to about 7, and we got to about 5 over here. And now we've just balanced it. So now we've tacked our weights on, and this drive shaft is ready to go and go into a quiet bus. What this is going to do is take any kind of a vibration that's coming from this drivetrain that's been caused by this drive shaft spinning at 2,000, 3,000 RPM when it's spinning underneath that bus. It's going to take away that harmonic noise from all that stuff moving around since it was so far out, causing all that vibration. And not necessarily that it was causing vibration, because that bus, you probably can't feel it, it's so heavy. But it's that harmonics, that noise that resonates through the chassis of that whole bus. Since it's an electric bus, you can feel hear every little noise or sound that the street makes. So this should take care of that. And this is probably about the 10th drive shaft we've done for this bus company.